Cool. And then just say Diesel heel and we'll keep going this way.
Diesel heel.
Perfect. And if you want to release him to be on brake again, you can.
Diesel. Cool.
Consistent, right? Nope. And then heel, right? You know, I see a lot of people use or whatever, but it's just be consistent if you're going to use it, right?
Diesel, nope. Good boy.
You guys don't have to go back that way, I hope. You guys don't have to go back down Sarcee Trail to go home, I hope? Or that's good. It's bad right now. They're doing like construction on it.
We're out west.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes, I knew that. I knew that.
Diesel, nope.
I'm telling Diesel brake. Again, like, you want to read your dog in those situations. Like, if you see them starting to maybe struggle a little bit, get a little bit stressed out there, right? Like, you could work them through it, or you could release them, right? And say, like, hey, okay, you did really good. Now go brake before you start screwing up. Because, again, you don't want to get into a spot where you're fighting with them and it's just sloppy, and then he's getting, like, upset or frustrated because he doesn't know what to do. So just release him before it gets to that point.
Right.
Again, like with a young... Yeah, he can only focus for so long to some extent. And I'm not saying that's the limit or anything, but you just don't want to push him too hard right off the bat, you know?
Right.
Start gradually pushing him harder and harder.
Right. Now, for walking, like our leash is probably about the same length as this. Should we get one of those shorter leashes?
Yeah.
The
Like just like a tab leash kind of thing?
Slip leash.
Oh, yeah.
Like, would that be?
I would just use his flat collar and a leash on his flat collar, like once he's at that point, you know?
Okay.
Because then it's like you can still stick with your regular leash and just the prong collar. So that's all I would use.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like a flexi lead.
Yeah.
Should we get one of those as well?
You certainly could. I love the flexi leash because in places where I can't lead, like in Cochrane, for instance, like I'm sure there's a lot of places where you can't actually have them off leash like this.
Yeah.
But you could do a long leash so you can still go out and explore and stuff and do his thing, right? I think they're so beneficial.
How do you feel about dog parks?
I don't like fenced-in dog parks where there's like a multiple of dogs and people and owners just standing around. Yeah. I love though we've got like Beaumont Park here and like Nose Hill Park and stuff. If you just stay moving with your dog, you know, and you may encounter other dogs along the way just fine. And we have had him in those locations. He's done really good meeting other dogs and stuff. Okay. But I stay moving, right? And it's a big open space where I can use my recall. I can use my e-collar. You know, it's not just a quarantined area where my dog might be getting chased or backed into a corner or backing other dogs into corners. You know,
so
it's
ideally we need to get on that treetops thing because there's a place in Cochrane, Treetops. I think it's what it's called, right? Yeah. They have an acre.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Fenced yard. And it's.
I wouldn't even go. Like I would say, like with him, that's the nice thing about e-collars. You can come out to these kinds of places. You know, it's like because you have that recall and stuff now. Like because we go up here to it's called the Pascapoo Slopes, and it's not an off-leash park at all. But our dog has good recall, so we can take the dogs up there. We just keep them close. We don't let them wander, 30 feet ahead of us. Right. And it works out really well because again, it's nice because if you do find dogs in those locations, usually they're well trained because they're off leash and they're still recalling and stuff like that, right? Whereas you go to a dog park, like a fenced in one especially, the dogs are off leash and fenced in.
One by the river isn't. It's only fenced on one side, but it's like a big opening.
Well, it's a river on the other side.
We go in there a lot and play with the dogs too, like if you find a soccer field or something like that. So he wanted to probably go in there to play. Good. Now just pat your left leg there, help him into position. Say, good.
Good. Nope. Good boy. Good.
And say heel and start walking. We'll just go straight. We'll go down this way.
Yeah,
we'll stay on the grass here. Sure. Okay. Yeah, you can say heel or break, whatever you want to do. Do what you want to do. A lot of times, and it's totally my bad, I meant to bring a toy with us, but I'd come off like the field here and play a little bit of fetch or frisbee, then we'd walk back home. And like this for me is like, it takes 30 minutes to do that loop. Like you come from my house, come here, play 15 minutes of frisbee, and then go back home. That's like a 30-minute thing. That's enough exercise for him for almost the whole day. You might do that one more time kind of thing, right? Like if you can do that, and I'm not saying only do that with him, but I'm just saying like that's for him is going to be very satisfying, you know? Because it's like...
Well, we have a loop that we go on. Yep. It takes us about an hour.
And that's good. I thought he was on break. I don't know if he's on break.
No, I did break him.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I did break him.
Sorry.
The video will tell us. I'll double back and check. But yeah, like I think that's so beneficial because it's like it's very again, it's very satisfying for the dog, especially a German Shepherd. I tell people with my Malinois, like, she's incredibly high drive, but I almost do nothing but just take her out a couple times a day and play with her. Other than that, I don't really do a whole lot of anything else with her, right? And that keeps her behavior in check because her drives are satisfied. And just say, come.
Come.
Good. And just say break or heel, whatever you want to do.
Okay, break. These are break.
Yeah.
Good.
Just don't forget to finish that recall with a sit. I should have mentioned that, but I didn't.
Right. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
On that, like, he's not supposed to go on the road.
Yeah, I would just mark it with a nope, but you want your time to be good, so you correct him the moment he gets on the road. So and you just say nope, tap the button.
Right.
And a lot of times I'll just use an informal recall. I'll just say nope, let's go, and I'll just say let's go. For me, let's go just means we're gonna keep walking. You don't have to come to me. You don't even have to come near me. You just keep going.
Have to get off the road.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll use that like after a nope. Like let's say I'm walking in an off-leash park and he starts to go towards like a dog or an animal. I'll say nope, tap the button and say let's go, and he'll just walk with me then, right? It doesn't mean heel, it doesn't mean come, just let's keep going. It's an informal command. I wouldn't say I've taught it or anything. It's just they do understand it.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I said that a lot too.
Yep.
When we'd be walking off leash.
Yep.
And I'd say, Diesel, let's go, and he'd come flying
and
past me.
Perfect. And there's nothing wrong with using that too. But yeah, like I said, like adding that little bit of a play session into that walk or whatever makes things like so much, because again, a walk for him is good. Diesel, let me go this way here. A walk for him is really good, and it's important to do it, but again, it's like there needs to be more than just the walk. That's not going to be enough for him. And if you want to shorten your walk by half an hour and just walk him to a spot to play fetch or frisbee or something like that, or tug, that would be way more beneficial for him, most likely.
Yeah, no, like, well, the loop that we do is probably a good half an hour of off-leash him running around doing his thing.
That's great.
The 15 minutes is really the two.
That's good though, right? Like that's again, next to like playing a game like frisbee or whatever with him, right? Just off-leash.
Frisbee?
Oh yeah, like balls and stuff especially. His frisbee, he doesn't catch the frisbee well, but balls he's obsessed with,
He's probably better now, but I find before he was great at going and getting the ball, but not giving it back.
Did we not work on that a bit last time? Or okay, that might be something we want to work on a little bit too once we get back to the house here. Because that was something I had to help him out with a little bit, was bringing it back.
Yeah.
I might even have some like long videos I either have uploaded or need to upload to YouTube, and you guys can watch that to see how I kind of taught him to do that. But again, like for me, when I throw the ball away from the dog and they go get it, I want to make them excited to bring it back to me. So I'm not just going to stand there telling them to bring it back. I'm going to be like, yeah, good job, and like clap my hands, start running backwards away from him kind of thing, making him draw into me. And once he gets into me, then I'll maybe use my out command. So we've taught him an out command, which means let go of whatever's in your mouth. And so if I say out, it means drop it, and then I'll pick it up and I'll say, okay, and I'll throw it right away again. Like immediately as soon as he drops it, I throw it again.
Yeah.
And then that's how you teach him to bring it back to keep the game going. He knows that, so we'll go work on that a bit too.
Okay.
Just can't get over this.
I know.
You stay? You almost walked into like 3 trees. Nope.
Good.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
There's sometimes too where I'll just like drop their paw for a second, let them reset and take a breath, and then I'll go back to it, you know. Don't find yourself in the habit though of saying no a bunch without doing anything about it. Like you don't want to say no 15 times during the nail trimming session and you don't correct them once. It's like if you say no a couple times and he's still doing it,
then
correct him. Give him a pop or a tap or something. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Go right to the tip. Remember, take the Dremel, the barrel of the Dremel, right to the tip, and just push it in there and just move it like back and forth around the edge of it a bit. With the Dremel, you don't want to hold it in one spot too long because it can warm up a bit and get kind of hot on them. I don't really know how quickly that happens, but just watch that. Good. Just relax for a second. There you go. Nice. Yeah, that was good. Again, you could see the moment where he kind of was like, he flinched a second, then he relaxed. He's like, okay, we're still doing it, so it's all good. That's good. Hey, he's doing pretty good with that. So I think it's just, I would honestly suggest for you guys when you do this, I would give them a good play session before you start drum mowing snails and stuff, because that will make a difference.
Burn them out a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it first thing in the morning necessarily, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I'll even do this, like, again, I'll do this, and then I'll go, okay, now let's play again, kind of thing, right? And then they start to learn the nail trim session, leads to go into play or something like that, you know? That could be super beneficial.
Right.
Do a little bit of nail trim, then go play with them. That'll be a good way to kind of get them comfortable and excited about it. So otherwise, that's really good. I would honestly, he does need that those nails trimmed up again. It's been like a week since I last did it, so I would get on top of them again, and just get them all trimmed down in the next few days, kind of thing.
And like that's a good level.
That's perfect. That one is perfect. Yeah. Like I might even go back a little bit more on that one. That's you can tell I kind of.
And then I can clean up the edges.
Yep, exactly. A touch or whatever. And I always just like kind of work around the tip like this. So I just kind of move the whole barrel in just little circles.
Over it type deal.
Usually like this.